Hello Star Wars YouTube fans, thank you for visiting my channel today, Johnny Star Wars. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to stay up to date for future Star Wars content. Got a video for you today of a figure or an update that I've wanted to do for quite some time now, but not managed to be able to pick up the figure to do that. So what we got here is on the left hand side is I think it was in the Last Jedi packaging, but a twin pack of Boba Fett and Han Solo. The Han Solo that comes in this packet I don't really care too much for, so that's just been put to one side. But the Boba Fett figure that does come in this recent 2-pack release, I must say has got a very nice sculpt to it, and more importantly the head sculpt is absolutely fantastic. So I'm not the first person to do this. I've seen this done before, but as I say, I've been trying to pick up this Boba Fett for a while now at a price that I wanted to pay. So I finally managed to get hold of this figure, and I'll show you a few reasons why I've got this figure and why I'd recommend that you pick this one up given the chance. So firstly, if you've not got a good Boba Fett and maybe you want one for your barge, this might be one to pick up. If you've already got the vintage collection Boba Fett and super articulated one, you definitely need to pick this one up and do a head swap. So as itself, this figure, as say, if you've not got this one, this is just a standard 5 points of articulation Boba Fett, but it does have an amazing sculpt to it. It is, I would say, better than the previous vintage collection Boba Fett. It is really finely sculpted. Obviously you've got, you know, a plastic cape rather than soft goods, but the detailing on this figure is absolutely stunning. I have seen some people actually really go to town on this and cut off quite a lot of the detailing and apply it to a vintage collection figure. But just for me today, the main thing I wanted to do was a very simple head swap, which you can do in a matter of minutes really. But what I would say is I think we're slated to get a new Boba Fett figure as part of the vintage collection. So, you know, you can see that they're already, you know, this is going to be a stellar figure when it comes out. Hopefully we get that card back with the you know, the blue sky Boba Fett that we got you know, way back with the original vintage figures. So that would be awesome to see. But you know, this figure on its own really does deserve a separate review on its own. So today we're just going to use this particular head for a head swap. So just bear with me a sec while I pop this off, because it's a little bit difficult to pull this off. So I'll just take this to one side. Oh, there you go. So we've got that. So we've just pulled that off that neck post. So it just does come off with a you know, a good sort of pull. You don't need to really put it in hot water or anything. You should be able to get it off on its own. So what we've done, took that head off, and then here we have. So this is the current vintage collection Boba Fett. I think this is the Empire Strikes Back version. I've actually made a modification to this already. What I've done is with the jetpack, I've actually took off the lug that you see on the back of that and replaced that with a couple of magnets. This is something I've done previously with my Bo-Katan custom figure, and I said I'd do it on my other figure, so I've actually changed that to just a magnetic click on click off type thing there, and I really like that. I think it fits well on the figure. So this figure, the head sculpt, not too bad, but you know, similar to the Stormtrooper figures we got previously, not as good as it could be. And then, as I say, in a moment I'll show you how good it can look just by doing that simple head swap. So this figure does come with the pop-off sort of helmet, so you've got the head sculpt in under there as well. Unfortunately, whenever I try to take this off, I end up getting the head stuck in the actual helmet. So I'll show you a photo in a moment, just of the two helmets together, and with that Boba Fett reveal underneath, which I don't particularly really care for anyway, because we never really got to see who's under the helmet. So that's just a bit of artistic license there on behalf of Hasbro. And then just for the head swap, you don't need to make any modifications to the helmet. It just does go on quite nicely. I'd say don't push it all the way down, otherwise it looks a little bit odd. So you just got to try and get that sort of about right, really. And then you can see, I mean, that helmet on that body, it just looks like Boba Fett out of the film. The other one, you know, he looked good, but just not quite right, really. And now we got, you know, an awesome looking Boba Fett figure. I think this gun, I think this is from the newer Boba Fett figure as well. I think I did swap that out the other day, so might not be the gun you get with the vintage collection one. I think that's off the new 5POA version, perhaps. So pop that jetpack on, so you see it just clicks on very nicely. And then overall, you can see we've got an awesome looking Boba Fett. You know, worthy of the sail barge, I would say. Give you a close look at that. I'll just give you a closer look at the backs of these figures. So 5PO, 5 points of articulation version. So you see that you got the gun holster. You got some very nice fine detail on that sort of belt work there, and you know the clips on the back that should hold the jetpack, etc. Really nicely sculpted. And then in comparison with the current vintage collection figure, it is there, but it's not as finely sculpted. I can't see how clear that is in the video to you. Obviously the paint application on the vintage collection figure is that little bit much better. So as I say, hopefully down the road we're going to get a new Boba Fett figure anyway, and I think when that turns up, that is going to be a stellar release and an amazing figure. So definitely look out for that one. Let's pop that back down there for you. So I hope you like that video today. Please give us a thumbs up, please leave a comment. This really does help to grow the channel. Many thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching my video today. If you'd really like to help support the channel, please give me a big thumbs up and leave a comment. This really does help grow the channel. Also in the description you'll see a link to my Redbubble page. Please consider visiting this for some cool merchandise. Anything you do buy will really go to help bring you exciting future content. Many thanks for watching.